If you're over 60, some of the fruits sitting in your kitchen right now may be working against you, and you'd never know it. Not every healthy fruit works the same way in your body anymore. In your 30s and 40s, your metabolism could buffer sugar spikes, your stomach lining was stronger, your insulin response was quicker, your kidneys filtered efficiently. After 60, those systems shift. Blood sugar becomes more sensitive. Acid tolerance declines. Medication interactions become more common. Even digestion slows. That doesn't mean fruit is bad. It means the strategy changes. Some fruits that seem harmless can trigger blood sugar swings, worsen reflux, irritate digestion, or interfere with medications when eaten daily. And others? They can support brain clarity, stable energy, better sleep, and heart health, when chosen wisely. Today, we're breaking this into two parts. 4 fruits you may want to limit or rethink after 60, and 4 fruits that can truly work with your aging body, not against it. Before we begin, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Senior Revival, where simple changes for seniors can lead to a powerful, healthy comeback. Let's start with one that surprises almost everyone. Bad fruit number 1, watermelon. Watermelon feels harmless. It's mostly water. It's refreshing. It's light. So how could it possibly be a problem? Here's what changes after 60. Watermelon has a high glycemic index, meaning its sugars enter the bloodstream quickly, especially when eaten in large portions. Even though it doesn't look sweet compared to candy or dessert, it contains very little fiber to slow that sugar down. When you eat a large bowl, the sugar is absorbed rapidly. For younger adults, that spike may not feel dramatic. But after 60, insulin response is often slower and less efficient. That can lead to sharper blood sugar swings, especially if watermelon is eaten alone on an empty stomach. And here's the part many seniors notice but don't connect. An hour or two after eating a big serving, you may feel slightly tired, shaky, or hungry again. That's not imagination. It can be the rebound effect of fast sugar absorption. Now, watermelon isn't toxic, but portion size matters. A small slice after a balanced meal is very different from a large bowl as a snack. If you love watermelon, pair it with protein, like a handful of nuts, to slow the absorption. Hydration? Excellent. But as a daily fruit habit after 60, it may not be the most stable choice. Now let's talk about a fruit many doctors still recommend, but can quietly irritate aging systems. Bad fruit number 2, oranges. Oranges look harmless. They've been promoted for decades as the ultimate health fruit. But after 60, daily citrus can quietly create problems many seniors don't connect back to their diet. Let's start with acid. Oranges are naturally high in citric acid. Many adults over 60 experience increased reflux symptoms or reduced control of stomach acid, especially at night. When citrus is eaten on an empty stomach in the morning or later in the evening, that acidity can irritate the esophagus and trigger heartburn. You may notice burning in the chest, chronic throat clearing, a sour taste when lying down. And over time, repeated acid exposure doesn't just affect the stomach, it affects your teeth. As enamel naturally thins with age, frequent citrus exposure can accelerate erosion. That leads to sensitivity, increased cavity risk, and discomfort when drinking hot or cold beverages. Now add this layer. Many seniors switch from whole oranges to orange juice, believing it's equivalent, but juice removes most of the fiber. Without fiber, the natural sugars absorb faster, creating a sharper blood sugar rise than the whole fruit. Oranges are not poison, but daily, empty stomach citrus, especially in juice form, may not be ideal after 60. If you enjoy them, eat them whole. Pair with a meal. Avoid late-night citrus. Because the next fruit on this list isn't acidic. It's soft, sweet, and much more common. Bad fruit number 3, banana. Bananas are probably the most trusted fruit in the world. Soft, convenient, easy on the teeth. But after 60, ripeness and timing make a difference. A slightly green banana contains more resistant starch, which digests slowly, as it ripens and develops brown spots. The way many seniors prefer it, that starch converts into simpler sugars. The riper the banana, the faster those sugars absorb. A medium-ripe banana contains around 14-17 grams of natural sugar. Eaten alone, especially mid-morning or mid-afternoon, it can lead to a noticeable blood sugar rise. What sometimes follows: an energy dip, sleepiness, brain fog, hunger returning sooner than expected. Not extreme, but common. Now digestion. Bananas contain fiber and can support bowel regularity for many people. But in some adults with slower gut motility, they may feel constipating, especially if overall fluid intake is low. Hydration makes a big difference here, so response varies. Nutritionally, bananas do provide potassium and small amounts of vitamin C and B vitamins. But compared to fruits like kiwi or berries, they're lower in antioxidant diversity. That means if bananas dominate your fruit intake, you may be getting more sugar relative to protective compounds. Not forbidden. Just something to rethink if it's your daily go-to. And the final fruit on this limit list is even sweeter and far more irritating for certain aging systems. Bad fruit number 4, pineapple. Pineapple feels healthy, bright, tropical, packed with vitamin C. But what makes pineapple unique after 60 isn't just its acidity, it's the enzyme inside it. Fresh pineapple contains bromelain, a natural enzyme that helps break down protein, that can be useful in small amounts. But enzymes don't distinguish between the protein in your food and the delicate protein structures in your mouth and stomach lining. That tingling or burning sensation you feel on your tongue after eating fresh pineapple? That's bromelain actively breaking down surface proteins. In younger adults with resilient tissue, this usually isn't a problem. But many adults over 60 experience increased gastric sensitivity or thinning protective mucus layers in the stomach. In those cases, frequent large servings of fresh pineapple may contribute to irritation, discomfort, or worsening reflux symptoms. It's not about one bite, it's about regular exposure. Pineapple also contains natural sugars, similar to other sweet fruits, and a modest amount of fiber. On its own, especially in large portions, it can still create a noticeable blood sugar rise for some individuals. And here's something many overlook: bromelain can have mild blood-thinning effects. If you're already taking anticoagulant medication, large amounts of fresh pineapple should be discussed with your healthcare provider. Again, not forbidden, but daily in big portions? For sensitive systems after 60, pineapple may be more irritating than supportive. Now that we've covered fruits that may not work well for everyone after 60, let's flip the script, because the right fruits can support your body in powerful ways. Good fruit number 1, kiwi. Kiwi doesn't get the attention it deserves. Small, unassuming, often overlooked. But after 60, kiwi can be one of the smartest fruit choices you make. First, vitamin C. One kiwi contains more vitamin C than an orange, but with less acidity and a gentler impact on the stomach for many people. That matters if citrus has started triggering reflux or sensitivity. Second, fiber. Kiwi provides both soluble and insoluble fiber, which helps support regular digestion. And unlike fruits that may slow digestion in some individuals, kiwi is often associated with improved bowel regularity, especially when eaten consistently. There's also an enzyme called actinidin. Actinidin helps break down protein in a mild, supportive way, which may aid digestion when kiwi is eaten with meals. But here's what makes kiwi especially interesting after 60. It has a moderate glycemic load. That means it provides natural sweetness without causing the same rapid blood sugar spikes seen in higher sugar fruits. Energy feels steadier, not dramatic, just stable. 1 to 2 kiwis is more than enough. Eat them whole, scoop them with a spoon, or slice into yogurt. Simple, balanced, supportive. And the next fruit on this list may help with something many seniors struggle with quietly: sleep and joint comfort. Let's continue. Good fruit number 2, cherries. Cherries are more powerful than they look, and after 60, they may support something many seniors quietly struggle with: sleep quality. Tart cherries naturally contain small amounts of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. Now, they're not a sleeping pill, but regular intake of tart cherry juice has been studied for supporting longer and more efficient sleep in older adults, and sleep matters more than most people realize. Because deep sleep is when your body repairs tissue, balances hormones, and regulates inflammation. Poor sleep accelerates aging far more than most foods ever could. Cherries also contain anthocyanins, plant compounds that support the body's natural inflammatory response. For seniors dealing with occasional joint stiffness or post-activity soreness, that can make daily movement feel easier. Not instant relief, but gradual support. And there's another benefit. Cherries have a lower glycemic impact compared to many tropical fruits. That means they provide natural sweetness without the sharp spike and crash effect. A small bowl in the evening, or a glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice diluted with water. Simple, gentle, supportive. Now let's move to a fruit that looks nothing like the others. Because this one isn't sweet. And that's exactly why it's powerful. Good fruit number 3. Avocado. Avocado changes the conversation completely. It's technically a fruit, but metabolically, it behaves very differently. Low in sugar, rich in healthy monounsaturated fats. That combination is rare. After 60, stable blood sugar becomes a priority, and avocados provide energy without triggering glucose spikes. Instead of sugar-driven energy, you get slow, steady fuel. They're also rich in potassium, important for blood pressure balance, and magnesium, which supports muscle and nerve function. But what makes avocado especially valuable is its fat content. Certain nutrients, like vitamin A precursors and vitamin K, are better absorbed when eaten with healthy fats. Adding avocado to a salad doesn't just add calories. It improves nutrient utilization from the entire meal. That's efficiency. And after 60, efficiency matters. Avocados also support satiety. Half an avocado added to breakfast or lunch can help reduce afternoon cravings, which often follow high-sugar fruit choices. No sugar crash, no rebound hunger, just steady energy. And here's something many seniors notice. When blood sugar is stable, mood is steadier too. That afternoon irritability, that sudden dip in focus, often tied to glucose swings, avocado helps smooth that curve. Half to 1 avocado per day is enough. Spread on toast, added to eggs, mixed into salads. Not flashy, but powerful in quiet ways. And the final fruit on this list may be the most researched for brain support and long-term cognitive health. Let's finish strong. Good fruit number 4. Blueberries. If there's one fruit that consistently stands out in aging research, it's blueberries. Small, dark, unassuming, but incredibly concentrated. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their deep blue color. These compounds have been studied for their role in supporting brain health and vascular function. And after 60, blood flow matters. The brain depends on steady circulation. When blood vessels stiffen with age, cognitive clarity can decline. Blueberries have been associated in research with supporting endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of blood vessels. In simple terms, they help keep blood moving efficiently. Blueberries also have a lower glycemic impact than many sweet fruits. That means you get natural sweetness without sharp glucose spikes. Stable blood sugar supports means clearer thinking, steadier mood, more consistent energy. There's another advantage. Blueberries are easy to use daily. Fresh or frozen, both retain most of their antioxidant content. Add them to oatmeal. Stir into yogurt. Blend into a smoothie. Even bake them lightly. No complicated preparation. 1 cup per day is enough, not to reverse aging, but to support brain, heart, and metabolic health in a practical way. And that consistency, day after day, is what makes the difference. Here's the real takeaway. No fruit is automatically good or bad, but after 60, your body responds differently. Some fruits, especially when eaten in large portions or on an empty stomach, may trigger blood sugar swings, reflux, or digestive discomfort. Others can support stable energy, better sleep, and clearer thinking. The key isn't fear, it's awareness. Small changes add up. Swapping watermelon for kiwi, choosing blueberries over bananas for your daily routine, adding avocado instead of relying only on sweet fruit. These shifts may seem minor, but over months and years, they shape how steady, clear, and energetic you feel. Now, I'd love to hear from you, and I personally read every comment. Which fruit do you eat most often, and has your body's reaction to fruit changed as you've gotten older? Share below. We're building a community here to support your strong, healthy comeback. If this helped you, I'd truly appreciate a like, and if you subscribe. And join me in the next video for another simple step toward better health.